Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaimMD here. Today I have a Pokemon Sword and Shield moveset video guide on how to use Regieleki. Now this is our first ever extremely fast Regi form. The fastest previously was Regieleki at base 100, but I mean, do you even count that because of slow start? So it's pretty cool to actually have one as well as an electric form of it too. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and love competitive Pokemon or just like listening to these things or like Wi-Fi battles or Showdown lives, I encourage you to subscribe as we're going to be uploading a lot and I upload every single day. I got a personal goal of 300,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I know it's like 50,000 subs away, but who knows? We might be able to do it and you can help me out. But anyway, let's talk a little about this Pokemon. So this Pokemon has base 200 speed and base 100 in both offenses, all right? Unfortunately, it has pretty low defenses at base 50 and then average HP at base 80. Now, with base 200 speed and base 100 special attack and attack, you would think it'd be a better, offensive Pokemon. Unfortunately, they decided to give it kind of a bad moveset, but I think it's for good reason though, because if it had anything better, it would definitely be too much, in my opinion. So, Regieleki is pure electric type and has the ability Transistor, and the way Transistor works is that this Pokemon's attacking stat is multiplied by 1.5 while using an electric type attack. So basically, electric type attacks get the effect of a choice specs. And it's pretty cool because you can also give this Pokemon a choice specs or a life orb to boost its added power. And if you manage to get off an electric type attack with this Pokemon, it's gonna be insanely strong. So the first set we have is a choice spec set because I mean its ability already giving its electric type attacks a choice specs, why not give it a choice specs too? Now, like I said, this Pokemon has very, very, very little coverage, but choice specs is pretty cool because you can abuse that high speed tier as well as your offensive power. You can run either timid or modest nature. That's honestly up to you. I like timid because you're faster than even base 110 choice scarfers. That's pretty cool. And like the great thing about this Pokemon is it's faster than Pokemon like Genesect, even though I don't think Genesect would be around for that long. Faster than like a +2 Magearna that went for shift gear. So it's a very, very, very fast Pokemon. So on this set, you can run it with a Tapu Koko to have electric terrain or Pincurchin if you're playing in lower tiers, because I'm thinking this thing might end up falling down. But Tapu Koko gets up the electric terrain and you can use Rising Voltage, which becomes 140 base power if your opponent is touching the terrain. So that's really, really strong coming off of a Pokemon that's being boosted by choice specs and boosted by its ability. Of course, you could go for the modest nature too. If not, you can try Electro Ball in that slot or Thunderbolt. Electro Ball is cool too because based on your speed, and it can go up to a max of 150 base power, so it actually is stronger than Rising Voltage at max power, but of course it is based on how fast you are compared to your opponent. Volt Switch is the move you're probably going to be clicking most if you're able to, if your opponent doesn't have a ground type or you can break through them with this Pokemon, as it just gives you momentum for there. And then you can use Thunder Cage, and Thunder Cage is an 80 base power move that's 90% accurate. And what it does is it traps and damages the target for 4 to 5 turns. So think of it like as an electric type of Fire Spin almost, but stronger. So kind of close to Magma Storm, about like that. That's pretty cool if you're able to trap that. Like, I think the circumstance where this can actually work out is if your opponent has a grass type and they also know you have a fire type or a dragon in the back. Or like, let's say they have a grass type and you have a Goodra in the back and Goodra has Sap Sipper, so they couldn't double that turn basically. So if you hit them with the Thunder Cage, they'll do a decent chunk, but they do resist it. And then they're trapped for the turn that you try and switch out. So that's pretty cool. And they're also trapped, if you stay in, they're trapped for 4 to 5 turns. And then your last move is either Rapid Spin or Ancient Power. Rapid Spin allows you to obviously get rid of hazards on the field, whereas Ancient Power is your way of hitting Thunderous Therian form, right? Like a Pokemon with Volt Absorb, basically, in that regard. But it doesn't really have any good special moves. I'll be real, like it has the electric moves that it has, and then Ancient Power. And those are all of its electric moves besides Hyper Beam. I guess if you want to try Hyper Beam on specs as a way of dealing with a ground type, that could be pretty cool. If it's like a weakened ground type, I'm sure specs Hyper Beam will do a decent chunk. But I think that's going to be its most popular set. I think another cool set that it has is the Rapid Spin Heavy Duty Boots set. So Heavy Duty Boots allows you to avoid hazards. This is a very fast Pokemon, and it's a very fast Pokemon with Rapid Spin. So with Rapid Spin and Boots, you can get rid of hazards, but on top of that, Rapid Spin also has a buff that it raises your speed by 1 stage. That's why Electro Ball is on the set, because if you weren't already faster than your opponent, which you are mostly, but if your Electro Ball wasn't at like max base power after a Rapid Spin, it basically is. So Rapid Spin not only gets rid of the hazards, but also boosts your strongest move on the set, which is Electro Ball. You do have Volt Switch for momentum, and then your last move, Extreme Speed. You could probably use Extreme Speed or Explosion, up to you. But just as a means of picking off a weakened Pokemon, maybe something like, again, a weakened ground type or anything like that. Like this Mon, if it can go for an electric move, you should always go for an electric move with it. If your opponent has no answers, you should always go for an electric move. And when I say no answers, I mean a ground type or a Volt Absorb Mon. If they have a grass type, who cares? Go for Volt Switch. It's going to be doing good damage to basically everything. The next that we have is what I like to call Better Electrode, because it has basically all of the moves that Electro goes for besides Taunt on a dual screen set. And as a fast Pokemon, being able to get up dual screens is nice on like an offensive team. So you're able to support your team very well with this. The idea behind this is you use it with a bunch of setup Pokemon, like Dragonet's Gyarados, Dragonet's Dragapult, Shift Gear, Magearna, things like that. You set up the Reflect and Light Screen because you're faster. You have the Light Clay to extend your turns of Reflect and Light Screen. And then you can Volt Switch out, which is cool. If, depending on what they bring out, like if they bring out something to try and set up on you, you can Volt Switch out. That way you can continuously use this. And then your last move is either Rapid Spin or Explosion. Now in this set, you can run either Naive or Timid Nature, depending on what you pick. If you pick Rapid Spin, just go Timid Nature. There's no point of the added power on Rapid Spin. It's not like it's going to do too much damage. But otherwise, you can do something like Explosion. And if you want to do Explosion, it's a way of getting up your dual screens and instantly getting out to your other Pokemon to actually abuse it. So Explosion will actually allow you to get out quicker. But it's just a situation like where it really depends. You probably do not need max speed on this. Again, these are usually placeholders because it's the beginning of the generation. If it gets to a lower tier, I'm sure an uninvested Regieleki, or Eleki, however you want to say it, or Regieleki, or Regieleki, however you want to say it. Again, I don't know what the correct pronunciation is, but we say Registeel, Regice, Regirock, Regieleki. So it makes sense. It's electric. But I'm sure you don't need max speed on it per se. You can probably run more defense or more special defense and give you an opportunity to like live like an Earthquake from, I don't know, Scarf Landorus after rocks or something with a Reflect up or something like that. So you don't need that much speed to do things like that if you want to use that. But Explosion or Volt Switch to get out of there. And then the last move set is kind of, it's really up to you. Like I feel like I have to put a physical based Life Orb set just because it does have Explosion, it does have Extreme Speed. So might as well try and abuse it, but it's a naive nature because you run Volt Switch. Again, I think you should always run Volt Switch on this Pokemon, no matter what you do. You should always run it. But max attack, 4 special attack, max speed, Volt Switch, Explosion, Extreme Speed, and Wild Charge. Wild Charge is your strongest move when it comes to the power from Transistor, as well as your own ability and stab. So actually, Explosion might be, I don't want to do the math right now, but Explosion might actually just be strong. Explosion 250 base power, right? So at least it gives you a way of denting those grass types and those ground types. But using it as a way, again, it's more of a fun set. I think Specs is going to be the best. I think Boot Spin is okay, and I think the basically Electro dual screen set actually is going to get the most done for you no matter what. But abusing that base 100 attack stat and the fact that it has Explosion and Extreme Speed in its move pool. Like other options are like Acrobatics with no item. I feel like that's I don't think you need Agility on this Pokemon. I think Rapid Spin does it just fine if you want the speed boost because you're already after Rapid Spin you're faster than +1 Dragapult, like, which is insane. And like you're faster than Kingdra and Rain and things like that. So it's crazy like that this Pokemon is so fast, and it makes complete sense that they did not give it a good move pool, because imagine they gave it Ice Beam, Bolt Beam coverage on an extremely fast Pokemon. It would have been bad. It doesn't matter that it's base 100. The idea that Ice Beam, what Ice Beam would have done for it was it gives it a way of dealing with ground types, so it can actually click the strong electro type attacks. But yeah, thank you for watching. I have a Showdown live going up later today featuring this, and I know you guys, let me know which Pokemon you want to see of all the new mons. I have kind of an order, but I'll move the priority around I'll move it around depending on what people say. So again, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.